At Boyne, I mean, we didn't do half the run, and we still put out 21-minute video, and
which is crushing. So it's at 30,000 views in 4 or 5 days, which is 2 times the pace of last year's video and more along the lines of the 2023 video.
It was me working until 10 p.m. the night before, leaving for Rocky Top, and then you picking it up probably 5 in the morning, and working on it until, I don't even remember.
10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
17 hours straight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Kind of looking forward to next week where we're heading down to Lake of the Ozarks Shootout for 3 projects.
Good morning and welcome to the Table Scraps podcast.
On today's pod, we're talking about the last 3 weeks of events that we did and giving you a little insight into the shootout next week.
It's been a very busy month for us, and it's only going to get busier, but we hope that you stay along for the ride. And just a quick plug here, we did not turn the air conditioning off in this house because it is 88 degrees outside right now, and it ran pretty consistently through the video, so if you can hear it, our bad.
Sorry.
But enjoy.
Take note, audience. I don't like yelling.
I guess that's actually true. I don't know that you've ever yelled at me once. You give me more of the cold shoulder, I feel.
Yeah, I can definitely have an attitude, but I'm not going to yell at people or argue with people.
I think you've only sent me home one time.
Did I really?
Yeah, remember it was when we were going to shoot a podcast with your dad. I can't remember what happened, but you said something, and I had like a pretty sharp remark, like a reply, and you're like, I don't know what's going on, but I think maybe you should chill out and go home for the day. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I think we just talked about it later in the evening.
Yeah.
That's kind of the nice thing about this, though, is pretty early on we figured out how to navigate through that, because at times it can be a high stress environment.
Mm-hmm.
Working with somebody that you've known for so long can be tough. You know, you're so used to everyone's tendencies and things that you want to change that won't. And I think the reason that this still works is because of, one, your ability to do that, to be like, hey, maybe you need to go cool off. And for me to not take that too seriously and say, yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yeah, and it only happened one time, and you've been here for 2.5 years. So.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty dialed on that.
That's pretty good. I think Christian fits in well into that too. Definitely, how do I put this? He doesn't take anything too seriously that shouldn't be taken too seriously.
Yeah.
He's serious about his work. He cares about it. I don't know that anything could ever actually affect him though. You know, he doesn't carry a chip on his shoulder. He doesn't get upset if people. He's
just easy going.
Yeah, he's easy going. He's a good shit talker, in a good way. You know, he can give it right back to you, but he can take it as well, and that's important, especially in this job, because a lot of the people we work with, I feel like they like to play around like that.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Yeah,
well, I'm not good at that.
Yeah, but that's why you have us, because we can sit there and give it and take it. So he did a great job though with that, and I know we'll get more into how the whole weekend has gone, but. Definitely shout out Christian. You know, great job. I don't know if you watch this or not.
Yeah, he's not on the, what do we call it?
The board.
The board.
Yeah, he's not on the board today.
Not on the board. Katie's not on the pod. It's just me and Bob today. Yep. We're just kind of recapping Rocky Top Power Run, Sheboygan races, and kind of looking forward to next week where we're heading down to Lake of the Ozarks Shootout for 3 projects.
Yeah, we should probably talk about Sunrun too. I don't think we've done one since that.
Yeah.
It's been a busy month. I think that's
and
why.
And Walloon Woodies.
Oh yeah. There's been a lot. This why it's just the two of us is because we're just barely fitting this in when we can give you a small update. Not to, I don't want to have to go through it and sequentially, but why don't we start with the Sunrun just to get that out of the way. First time doing day of edits, or at least that intensive day of edits. I'm sure, we've turned around things quickly before, but that was the whole thing this year. There's no long form video. It was just shooting, going home, and editing. And you did
or
that.
Or not going home.
Yeah.
The one day I did it in my car for 4 hours.
Yeah, well, everyone else was having a good time. So why don't you, how was that for you? Because I know how it was for me.
So the first day that we were doing it, and mind you, the whole idea here was that we were going to simplify things, make this easier. Wank wanted me to be able to just enjoy myself a little bit more at the event. We weren't doing the long form video, so we didn't have a ton of pre-production, didn't have a huge shot list. It was like, okay, we're just going to make an edit and put it out that day, kind of showcasing what happened. Well, that would be really easy if we just made some, generic normal thing, but no, of course we want full narrative, full color grade, full sound design,
just have to go above and beyond.
And in the end it turned out being one of the most valuable pieces of content we've ever done with Sensation, so it was worth it. It was a great call. We'll definitely do it in the future, but I was not expecting it to be as much work as it was. The street party, like I said, I was in the car for 4 hours editing that reel. Got it published around 8:30, I think. The next day was the actual run.
That was the worst one by far.
Yeah.
Worst one meaning the hardest one to make because there's so much footage.
Man, that was such a mistake that day.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into details on everything here, but this is a good story. So the plan was to wrap up the shooting for the sun run and hop in the car and drive up to Boyne and edit the video on the way up to Boyne. So I got all of your footage. I got everything from me and Christian and put it on a hard drive, and we started to drive up north. And we get 30 minutes into the ride, because I'm cutting up all my footage, and I didn't have much because I did the sun run. I didn't shoot the sun run this year. I did the sun run.
Yeah. Yep.
So I cut through all of mine, and then I go to grab your folder out of the heli file or the heli folder, and it's a duplicate of all of my footage in.
Oh, that's what you did?
Yes.
Oh.
So it still took just as long to copy it all over, but it was double mine. So we had to turn around. Katie was not happy.
And as you can imagine, and as you've seen, the helicopter footage is about the most important thing that we have on these runs and these events. So that's like a deal breaker.
Yep. I knew immediately. I mean, it was a terrible feeling, but turned around, came back, and I did the rest of the edit at my computer, at my desk.
That had to have been nice compared to the car.
Having the screens. But I didn't get the thing published till 10:30 that night. And we didn't go up to Boyne.
Yeah, you guys left the next morning at 5, right?
Yeah, 4:30 we left. And we got up there, and it was a full day of filming the wooden boat regatta called the Walloon Woodies.
Yeah, a whole nother project in the same weekend.
And so that day you went out and had your piece of a day of edit.
Yeah, you left, went up north, executed another project. I went out on Saturday with Brian and shot the raft off, and I shot everything on iPhone. I literally just walked around with my iPhone and a lav mic. And at first I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. I tried to script a little bit, but I'm like, I think I just need to let this unfold. So I got out there and I'm just kind of filming random things. I put the drone up, got a little bit of the line building, but was still kind of lost. And then I ran into Ryan, and I started interviewing him. He was the first one I did. And then 3 or 4 people were just walking up as we were talking, and he would interview them. And it was like, oh, this is what we need to do. So then from that point on, him and I just walked around all up and down the tie off and interviewed random customers, people that were there just enjoying. But it ended up turning out to be pretty fun shooting it, and then editing it. Editing it was
that's always what it is.
I know. And the situation I found myself in was I was on Harson's Island at Rocco's family's island, and I had just had my laptop, and everybody else is out having a good time, and I'm how it goes. You're just sitting there and you're like, I have to get this done. I think I probably finished mine around 9:15, just as it was getting dark, and we had to head back on the boat. But I've watched that one over more times than most reels that I've made.
Yeah, because you sent it to me, and you're like, I think you asked for feedback or something, and I just pulled it and posted it immediately.
Yeah. And it was,
I don't know if it was actually done or not. But.
Yeah, it was a fun one to make in that it was just it was fun and funny. It was
awesome.
Yeah,
I wanted to be there when I watched it. I'm like, God, why didn't I stay?
And that was the whole point. I think my favorite clip is honestly, and this is Madeline that came up with it. It's Ryan sitting on the tube and she's spinning him around. So like, those videos where people are swinging like their kids or their dogs or whatever, and the camera's like in their mouth.
Yeah.
She did that, but she was holding the camera and she was just spinning Ryan around on this tube as he was drinking a beer. And like, you just see everything in the background pan around. That's like that's one of the only clips that doesn't have narrative behind it. It's just that clip. But yeah, all in all, 3 edits. 4?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Wednesday.
the Unreal. We that part too. The what would you call that?
The welcome party.
The first time that they've done that.
Well, they did it last year, but it was just at the Tajmu Distillery, and it was like an evening thing. They got that patio.
Yeah,
and it was closed to the public, so it was still a legit thing. But this was a boating event.
Yeah,
and I think they had over 100 boats sign up for it, and I think 30 or 40 ended up coming. It's a free sign up. Everybody wants to do everything. And then you get down to it and people are still putting engines in their boats on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think everybody wanted to be there, but probably couldn't find the time.
Right.
Trying to get around.
But it was still good.
Yeah, first year event. But yeah, okay, so 4-day of edits.
Yep, 4-day of edits.
Which is pretty crazy. Honestly, but to your point, the view count was good. The FOMO that it created was good. And the hype for next year, people that were commenting and saying, "Oh, I'll be there. It's on my calendar."
Yeah, and the people that were at the event got a lot of fulfillment out of that because then they're talking to their friends about the video that went out last night. Just another piece to spark conversation.
Yeah, beyond the productivity that it showed us from the marketing standpoint, it was just fun to like make that for people and like have them be interviewed and have fun doing that. Like it's not like we make that just because, this will get views. It was like, this is just fun to make at the event with this group of people. Yeah. And it just so happened that it did well too. So that was that weekend, which was 3 weekends ago, something like that. And then was it the following weekend that this all just happened? I'd lose track so quickly. I
don't think that there was a break. I think it was Sunrun right into last weekend.
Okay, so then last weekend, which we're shooting this on Tuesday. So this started last Wednesday is when Christian and I and Madison left.
Yep.
So we went to the Rocky Top Power Run. This is a second year event. Well, second official, third unofficial. The first one was just kind of Matt picked up an event that was getting canceled and said, I want to do it anyway. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was his first experience with doing some sort of boating, like a run. I don't think it was even a poker run. The following year, he planned that one in 60 days with pretty minimal experience with it as well, but liked it the year before, wanted to continue it. And then between that time and this time, he went to, I don't know what he told. He told me like 15 different poker runs. Like he basically just went out to get information. I know he got a lot of information from people in Kentucky that throw them, the Weisses, I believe. And he took all of that and then came back and then put this thing together. I think he said since January he's been planning it. So we went down there. It was me, Christian, and then we brought my buddy Tyler, who brought his camcorder, because on a call with Matt and those guys, we pitched a camcorder to help with the 90s theme of the run.
Yeah, that's what they were looking for.
As excited as they were when we brought up that idea, it doesn't even compare to how excited they actually were when we went there and brought the camcorder. Every night, Tyler handed it over to Matt, and he was just running around interviewing people, joking around with it, and it was so worth bringing that. But overall, for it being a third-year event, 2-year event really, super impressed with how it went. It seemed like everybody that went had a good time. There's kinks that'll get worked out over time, but if you think about something like Boyne that's been around for over 20 years, there's so much time to figure that stuff out.
Yeah.
But anyone that I talked to about it, anyone that we interviewed had a good time, said they were coming back. There was a lot of participation. There was more participation than I thought there would be, honestly, with the cards. Like, just overall, really fun time. Yeah.
What did you think of the area and the lake and all that? Because you hadn't been there. Me and Brian stopped through there on our way home from your bachelor party last year. And Matt took us out on his boat, and we saw the cliffs and the trees and the blue water, which was shocking for being in Tennessee. So what did you think?
I thought the lake was badass, honestly. It was like Powell in that, it was something I'd never seen before, but two, there were all of these little, it's like Lotto, but smaller. So a lot of these turns were tight. And it felt like I was in the caverns of Powell again, except for it was just covered in trees. So the landscape was crazy. The depth of the water, the same thing, man-made. So it's, I think they said like 150 or 200 feet deep at its deepest. Most places are at least 30, even where they're tying up in the coves. It was really cool to look at from the helicopter. Anytime that we were kind of transporting from place to place and just going up above, you're getting a view of all the mountains and shit like that over there. It was great. And Matt said it too. He was like, come experience the lake. We'll put on the run. The run is secondary though. Just come and hang out in this lake. He's been going to that lake since he was a baby. So he's got that attachment to it the same way that we do with Lake St. Clair. Everyone's got their home lake. That's a pretty awesome home lake to have.
So he just wanted to promote his home lake, have an event there, get the people hyped up about it, kind of just see where it goes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's gone to all these different runs and he sees how those operate and he sees that people enjoy them. And he's like, you guys need to come check this lake out. Yeah. And he wants to make it as big as all these other runs are, which I understand. And I definitely promote it because the lake itself is the coolest thing about it.
Yeah, that's exciting. Without having attended, I'm looking forward to watching the video, as I'm sure a lot of people are that don't know anything about this. And I talked to Matt today, and he was pretty hype about you guys and how great of a job you did and how Christian just fit right in with all the boys.
I thought Christian was going to stay. I didn't think Christian was getting in the car to go home. That was almost immediate too. That was like the first day. I just looked over and he's already just like hanging out in this circle of guys and just fit right in.
That's great.
I don't know if it's an age thing or what. I mean, I had fun with all those guys. They were a blast. They were very positive. They were happy that this event was happening. They all seemed to believe in what Matt was doing. They had his back. They supported him. And we got a lot of love while we were there. I'm not gonna lie.
As Scrapyard,
as Scrapyard. Matt gave us a couple shout outs. Each driver's meeting thanked us at the end. It felt good. Felt like I was a local celebrity.
Yeah, and the CRM reflected that with some new inbound leads in the Tennessee area.
There you go. Yeah. Immediately paid off. I mean. Probably helped that our helicopter pilot was an absolute madman too. So they could see what type of work we were doing very up close and personal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen some of these clips, specifically one.
I haven't seen anything yet.
There's one that Sensation shared. I think it was maybe Rocco that took it, but it's like it comes in toward one boat and then it starts to drift back toward another boat and we're in between the two of them and the clip cuts like where you think you might just hit the T-top of this other boat and just send it right in the water. But he didn't. I had asked him to get as close as he felt comfortable getting and he got so close it made me uncomfortable. So like that's generally the opposite of the problem we have. So
dang.
Shout out to Kylan for driving the hell out of that helicopter. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be back there again next year.
Nice.
And hopefully we will too.
Yeah, no, that was the plan with Matt from the beginning was let's see what we can do this year and let's grow it. And he wants to grow what we're doing with him. So I can see this being a long-time partnership, kind of like what we're doing with Boyne and the Sun Run.
Yeah, I hope so. It was a great time down there. And all the people we spent time with were a lot of fun.
Nice. So something else that happened over this last couple weeks, Mercury Racing released their 300 ROS engine, which was the shoot that I got to participate in with Brevin and Travis Pastrana and Carter and Tommy and Ian. Obviously, he was the focal point of the whole thing. But when I was going out to Sheboygan, I stopped by Brevin's house and we recorded a podcast with all the guys, just talking about how cool it was that we got to do this, the response, the public response, and a little bit of the behind the scenes part of it. And I was really shocked with the like the outreach from it. People were like really excited that I got to work with Travis.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's like, speaking of not seeing anything, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I think you maybe showed me 30 seconds of one clip, and you were kind of like, maybe just wait until I can actually start publishing some of this stuff and it starts coming out. And I'm glad I waited, but I saw the video with everyone else. You know, I didn't get any sort of exclusive look at it.
No.
And seeing that first shot of Travis Pastrana driving, and you got that, you know, the line of the windshield just below his face, and I was like, I don't understand, you know, like what. I'm like, I know Brad's not standing on the front of the boat, so I'm like, okay, did they use a GoPro and just stick something up there? And then you see that the small rig, the 3 suction cups and the FX3 sitting at like the, you know, just above the windshield of this boat, and then I see the picture of you putting it on the back of the boat and it's covered in a plastic bag, and I'm like, wow, you really had to roll the dice on some of this stuff. Putting the gear through that is crazy.
Yeah, we attached like a inflatable to the FX3 so that if it hit the water it would float at least and we could get the footage back. Obviously the camera would be toast.
Yeah.
But it was wild. I mean, we had a rope attached to it at one point, and then I'm like, no, we can't do the rope because then we're just going to drag the camera behind the boat. Like, I'd rather it just float off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was pushing the limits of the gear that we have, and we don't have everything, you know. So it was like we bought the suction cups, we bought the small rig arms, kind of like built this thing out a couple days before the shoot, and then we went to the boat and just outfitted it in all the locations that we wanted to mount. So I had a frame set when we went into the shoot, match this frame with what we practiced.
Oh, okay.
And I was able to change locations within like a minute or two with the suctions, and that kept things moving along really well. I wasn't expecting Brevin to use that windshield shot as the opening shot of the whole thing, though. I was pretty pumped about that. I'm like, damn, he really liked it.
Yeah, because it's a dope shot.
It was the opening shot, and it was there for, I don't know, a second or two.
Long enough.
It was a long time for an edit that is very fast-paced moving.
Right. And I think it's because it is such a unique shot. I mean, the FPV stuff that Ian was doing is also...
That carried it.
Yeah, and it's just like with the Boyne video, too. It's such a nice flavor to add. And you're sending it through with these like super slow motion cameras, so you're seeing him fly through the water and stuff, but like, you know, that's a drone. Like, you've never seen a shot of that quality sitting on the front of a boat aiming back like that. It was enough for me to even say, like, how did they do it?
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's probably why he used it, and it was a good hook because, well, also friggin' Travis Pastrana's face.
I know.
So you
and the whole
that.
idea was to show Travis and show the collaboration between Mercury Racing and Travis Pastrana. So it accomplished that within the first couple seconds.
Yeah, that was it was very cool to see. And it was it was almost like it was so long ago that you guys shot that I almost forgot about it. And then it got released. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I forgot. I haven't even seen any of this. So, yeah, it's been cool to watch.
Yeah. And the timing of that worked out so cool where I was going to Sheboygan, Wisconsin to film with Alex at his Sprint Cup race for the Porsche car racing. And this got released on Thursday. The Boyne Thunder video got released on Thursday. And then Friday is the street party for all the boat races, which is also in Sheboygan, same weekend. So I go to the street party to pretty much just see people. Like, I haven't seen any of the race teams and stuff pretty much the whole season. And last year we were with them so much. So I went, I talked to the Dirty Money guys, you know, they're all like, oh, wow, that was so cool. How was Travis? Like, all that. Oh, yeah, I love the Boyne Thunder video. So it was fun to just, like, see those guys, meet up with all of them, and you know, talk shop with camera gear and whatever, you know, for that shoot. Yeah,
that's like the networking that you get to do there. Not even from a sales standpoint, but just
just
see people you haven't seen in a while.
I haven't seen those guys in a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that both of these things fell on the same weekend because I think both of them were so valuable in their own ways.
Yeah,
and just really good times.
Same day.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, that happens when we get busy. We pick up. It's cool now, though, that we've been doing this for long enough, and, like, not to pat myself on the back, but I've been doing it long enough where I can go to an event and you can be like, you know, that's fine. that opens up a whole nother world for us too. And then with Christian on board, like the amount of support that he gave me, it reminds me of when I first started traveling with you too, where it's like you're overshooting, but you're not putting the camera down. You need to be valuable the whole time. He knew that he was, the B guy, and I needed that from him, and he knocked it out of the park, if you will.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't expecting to not go to Rocky Top, but this race came up, and it was something that I didn't think I could miss for that project. So yeah, it all worked out in the end, other than the weather. That was kind of a bummer.
So did they end up racing at all? The cats or anything like that?
No.
Damn, that's so crazy.
No, pretty much the only boats that raced were the jet skis, where 2 of them crashed and the guy broke his femur because, like, the waves were insane. They shouldn't have even been out there in the first place. But that happened. Then the Super Vs went and they finished a race. And then after that, they said no more. So no factory stock, no super stock, no super cat, no Pro Class 1. And that was on Saturday. Yeah. And then you get to Sunday, and I don't think they got a single race in because the fog was so thick on the lake that they couldn't see the buoys.
Man, that's so brutal. There really was just a big hangout. Everyone brought all their stuff and then kind of just waited.
Yeah, it's funny. You go on like the race team's social media, and it's like cooking up tacos.
Yeah, it's like, here we go, race weekend.
Setting up the tent.
And it's just like, well, kind of a bust.
I mean, it was probably nice for all of them to just get to hang out and chill, but the guys that are in the boat were just stirring.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, we making that documentary last year, talking to them about how much it costs to transport that stuff to where they're going, and Sheboygan being like kind of off the beaten path. It's not in Florida,
No, it's far.
Yeah, that's it. You can't predict the weather.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? The same thing could have happened to us. I mean, we go into a project like Rocky Top, and we hope that it's good weather or at least runnable weather. I mean, shit, Boyne almost didn't happen because of the rain.
Well, the Katawa Cannonball Run did get canceled when we made the event video.
It's the industry that we're all in. It just, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I know.
You do know that whatever does happen, we will be there documenting it, and we'll make whatever it is work.
Yeah.
I mean, Katawa is a perfect example of that. Boyne, I mean, we didn't do half the run.
Half the run, yeah.
And we still put out a 21-minute video,
which is crushing.
Yeah, so
I mean, so it's at 30,000 views in 4 or 5 days, which is 2 times the pace of last year's video and more along the lines of the 2023 video. So if you remember back to the last podcast where like, we're going back to 2023, like we're getting those numbers. We're on pace for it. So
that's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's, that's the learning curve. Figure out what works, go back to it.
Yeah.
This was a fun one too to edit because we both worked on it. I feel like there's been a couple videos recently. Doug Wright, we did that too. I don't know how you feel about it, but I like it. I like being able not to necessarily put it down, but get a different perspective. So like when I did the Boyne video, when I stepped away from it, I had laid the music, I had laid the narrative. I had everything kind of flowing in a specific way. But you have edited so many of these that I felt good about giving it to you to then put the final touch of like color grading, additional boat sounds, picking crowd footage, transitions from boat shot to boat shot. I don't know what it was like for you. We ended up finishing it like basically at the buzzer because it was
the buzzer.
It was on top of other shoots, Sunrun, all the stuff that we're talking about. Like it's all kind of happening at once, all the scripting, all the pre-production. So it was me working until 10 p.m. the night before, leaving for Rocky Top, and then you picking it up probably 5 in the morning, and working on it until, I don't even remember.
10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
17 hours straight.
Yeah, that's
Katie
crazy.
brought me 2 meals in the middle of that.
That's crazy. So
that was not fun.
Yeah, I can't imagine that it was, but
she's like, how do you stay focused? Like, I don't know.
That's a question.
I don't have a choice.
That's a question that most people would ask.
You don't have a choice. I mean, I told Ingrid we were going to post that thing on Thursday, and not that I had any time on Friday to like work on it. It had to get done, and then I left the next day.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. We both worked right up until the point when we were going to be traveling.
Yeah, again, it's like this has to get published because we need to move on to the next thing.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's doing well.
Yeah, it's doing well.
Obviously, 17 hours straight isn't ideal.
No.
But I do like the collab. I like.
Yeah, that format is nice. I got like 2 or 3 more projects that you're not really a part of right now. If you want to just edit the whole thing and then
give it to
hand it back at 90%,
yeah, I'm down. Get it across the finish line. I don't mind it. It's that final bit can be tough for me sometimes. I get lost in the weeds. It's the same way as like the Doug Wright video. It was starting it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's these components to the video that can be hard for me to trudge through, and you don't seem to have any issue with it at all. So it's kind of nice.
I don't know. I think it has to do with a fresh set of eyes. Like if we reverse the roles, I don't think you would get stuck at the end like that. I think you'd look at it with a different set of eyes and be like, oh, this is obvious. Like you need to do this here. And whatever the little changes are, when you're in it and you're building it for the majority of the time, which I would say you spent the majority of the time editing the Boyne video. You just kind of get used to some stuff that might not be the best thing.
Yeah, because you just kind of are like, that exists.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm going to move on. That's good. That's fine.
Right.
But then somebody else watches it and they're like,
yeah, or like this could be better than this.
Like why is that clip so long?
Right.
Or whatever it is.
I think there's a little bit of fatigue that happens too when you're editing on a schedule like that, where like you're kind of pushing yourself. There's not a whole lot of time to spare to like waste. So by the time I handed it to you, I had some fatigue with it, where when you step into it, it's like you don't have all of these hours tied to it.
Yeah, the first 2 hours suck, and then the rest is fine because it's like, oh, that's how much I have to do still.
yeah, and like you have to get acclimated with it too. I've been watching the same shit over and over again, being in it, and you're like, I have no idea what I'm even looking at.
Yeah, and I did go back and scrub a lot of the B-roll sequences.
Yeah.
Just to see what else was available. And I think I plugged in quite a few new clips, but 80%, 20%, something like that. It's a good formula. I like it. It's enjoyable.
I think so too. So that was the last 3 weeks. It's been a lot, but it's been fun, challenging and fun, no doubt. And now next week we leave for...
Well, hold on. This week.
What's this week?
We're just home.
Yeah, we can skip that.
I went golfing yesterday.
Yeah, I'm going golfing tomorrow.
You're taking a couple days. Christian's got some time off.
Yeah.
We needed it. I mean, it's a lot right now.
Yeah, a little bit of a breath before we head right back into it. I think once we get back from Lotto, I think we're here for a while, and it's going to be... They're going to be full days of a few different projects. I mean, we're going to go shoot... the final piece of the U of M video that we've been working on for a while now.
Maybe.
Well,
I had a call with Nick today.
We might already have shot it. We'll see.
No, we might have more after.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Oh, you talked to him today?
Yeah.
Oh, but we can't tell the public. You tell me after this.
It's not even worth talking about.
Okay. All right.
Who knows what's going to happen?
And then we are going to shoot a third video for Factory Billet, a continuation of the Jim Schultz story.
I feel like at the beginning of that video, we have to do a little bit of a callback to the other two.
Yeah. I don't think we've.
It's like it's a trilogy.
I know, honestly.
I don't know if this will be the end.
I could only hope for their safety, but at the same time, if they're going to keep doing it, I'm going to keep filming it. So yeah, part 3. Stay tuned for that. Just talked to Jim the other day. He was down. And then we have another project that you've been working on.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you can dive into with that.
Well, we're gonna make a video with Platinum Powerboats. Whether that's focused on the shootout or not, that's kind of TBD. I'm gonna go there and meet them. It's just been phone calls at this point, but they would like a video on how they became a company, what they did to get to this point. Like all the R&D that they did to tool up these new boats. So that will be coming out at some point, but I don't know how much at Shootout we're going to be doing.
Okay. Well, the start of it, at least, the start of the shooting.
They'll have it at the street party. They're going to do the poker run. And I don't know about the actual shootout, if they're going to run it or not, but we'll be shooting whatever they end up doing.
So we're going to go pick up 3 projects worth of footage, and then we're going to come back and we're going to have 4 projects to edit.
But we're going to go to Chicago the week after we get back.
We are? For what?
And in the lead was Sean Steinert.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the old stomping grounds.
Yeah, man. Okay, so August has basically been one giant ball of fun. Put it that way. September will be spent in front of the computer.
Yeah.
In the editing bay.
Yeah, and then October will be a month of newborn baby.
Yeah, hopefully we can all chill out a bit, take a breath.
Yeah.
But, things are going to pop up. That's okay. It's just that right now, this period of time is really the thickest, and it's just like last year.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone that's patiently waiting to have some video work done.
Yeah,
we have. There's legit a list of people that are just like, hey, whenever you guys start to slow down, let me know, and we'll take up another project. And I'm really thankful for that, because those types of projects, they're not boating related videos. It's more community stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking forward to doing those in the off season, because it doesn't really matter if it's summer or winter. And the patience that they're all showing is very nice. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and shout out to Chantel Hines for keeping us busy when we're home as well.
Yep.
And also displaying some patience over this past week. One thing we did not talk about is that I lost a phone into the lake. I think that's about all we need to say about that.
Apparently there's a video of the phone falling out of the helicopter.
Yeah, I guess we can probably plug that. But anyway, it's gone. I have a new iPhone 13, so I backed up one model. But it rendered me pretty useless on the social media front. So
oh yeah,
it was kind of difficult, but she laughed. Said it was you lose way too much stuff on these trips and these projects, which is totally valid.
You never heard that before.
Yeah, right. My God, but here we are, and I appreciate you. So thanks.
Yeah.
So now what? Now what do we do? Do we take the rest of the day? Probably not.
No, I don't think so. Right now, we are currently going viral.
Oh, yeah.
We have a clip on Facebook that hit 3 million views in the last, call it, 36 hours.
Crazy.
Yeah, I can't even believe it. It's taken our Facebook followers from 39,000 to 57,000 in a day and a half. This post has 2,000 comments, 5,000 shares. I mean, it's insane what's happening from one video.
It's like 3 million views right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's higher than that, but you can only see. You're gonna check it live.
Yeah, let's see where it's.
I think it was 3 mil the last time I looked.
It's crazy what one post can do for an account.
Yeah, growing it by 25% overnight.
Mm-hmm. So we're at 3,133,000 views with just the straight. Look at this in focus. That chart is ridiculous. Like, it's just straight up.
Yeah. And it's still going.
Yeah. So we'll see where that ends up, but that's a Boing Thunder clip of Kemosabe. And I mean, I knew when we shot that clip that was the best shot of the whole trip.
Yeah.
And I waited a little bit to post it to kind of refine it, I guess. It's a single clip. You wouldn't think you're doing anything, but picking where it starts was huge. Making sure the sound was right was huge. Yeah.
And well, whatever you did, you did, it's working.
Yeah, so I've got 4 or 5 more reels that are similar to that I put in trials, and I'm just going to see what happens. And if one of them starts to pop off, like a lot of times they piggyback. So when you have like a multi-million view video, the next one will at least be hundreds of thousands. So I want to make sure that we capitalize on that.
Well, I hope it works out, but I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah, the views and the follows from that one alone,
And you want followers, like everybody. You want to grow the account and everything, but those 17,000 people that just followed us are most likely going to unfollow us.
A decent amount of them.
Yeah, because I mean, we're not posting performance boat. Like, go follow Speed on the Water.
Yeah.
If you want that kind of content.
Yeah, strictly that.
So I think it's cool. It's nice to know that we can still produce viral videos.
Right.
But I don't look too much into like the followers that we're gaining from it as like some huge accomplishment.
Right. It would be crazy if we were just going to continue only that, which is what a lot of accounts do. Or like, say you post a viral meme or something like that, and then you're just kind of more of the same content. It makes sense. It's still crazy though. 25%, like you said, what that could mean for a profile is wild. The people that we have following us now have been cultivated over time through like consistent content and maybe mixing it up, but staying pretty true to who we are and what we do as a company. So. It's still cool to see, though.
Yeah, no, it's exciting, and I'd like to replicate it again with the next video. But then we're gonna put this podcast on there, and everyone's gonna be like, "Who are these guys?
Yeah, these idiots.
Where's the Apache?"
Yeah, well, I guess thanks for following us for until you saw this clip right now. Thanks for sticking around, and take care. But I think we could probably just end the podcast with that video. What do you think?
Yeah, why not? Show the people.
Yeah, if you're watching this, here is the viral clip that has been going crazy on our account. And thanks for listening. And we'll probably do another one after next weekend to summarize that. So until then, take care.